So from the Srimad Bhagavatam, I came across a small anecdote about Vedavyasa. Apparently, Vedavyasa one time was doing his usual ablutions in the river Saraswati. Let's see, the sages took dip in the morning in the rivers. So he was doing that in the river Saraswati. By the way, river Saraswati is mentioned in all our scriptures, but it does not exist anymore. It used to apparently flow from the Himalayas to the Arabian Sea through what is now Pakistan and western Gujarat. The Indus Valley civilization and other smaller civilizations like Harappa and so on were on the banks of Saraswati River. And they believe that it dried out because of global warming, couple of 200 years of drought, sometime 3,500 years ago. They also believe that there was an earthquake, and that earthquake might have shifted the flow of one of the tributaries of the Saraswati River, and that tributary joined another river, and that is what now is Ganga. And we continue, many sages continue to do their morning ablutions in the Ganges River now. The tradition has not gone away even after 3,500, 4,000 years ago. So anyway, on this particular morning, Vedavyasa takes his dip as part of his morning rituals in the river Saraswati and comes out. And there is some glitch in the cosmos, and he is able to see the future as a premonition. He sees the materialism grow out of hands. People wanting things, people living their lives as though the purpose is to amass wealth. And he sees that leading to a chaos and the whole world getting destroyed in dust. Meaning all that remains is just dust. So he says to himself that something maybe I can do to help a few who can survive that, to restart the civilization. And that's why he comes up with what he thinks are simple sets of rules, which we call Vedas. And Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita simplifies many of the concepts that are mentioned in the Vedas even further, so that common man like me can understand it a bit. So in this verse, the verse 14, Krishna says that, so he says, sensations felt by different faculties, such as sight, hearing, smelling, taste, touch, all these things are temporary. They come and go like seasons. Learn to diminish the effects of these, he says to Arjuna, good or bad. So he continues, Arjuna, one who conquers pain and pleasure is the one who is ready for enlightenment. And throughout the Bhagavad Gita, as we go along, we will hear many times this type of dualities arising, pain versus pleasure, and good versus evil, things like that, happiness versus sorrow. Of course, many sages and philosophers, including modern ones, have worked very hard to find formulas to only have happiness. Always happy, human. How to do that? Everybody works on it. Psychologically, can I do that? Maybe a drug can help. Or maybe a lot of money can help. Whatever it is, they try different methods. And everyone universally come to the conclusion that that is impossible. There is always this duality. If there is happiness, there is going to be sorrow. If there is sorrow, there is going to be happiness. So, what Krishna is saying makes sense. He is saying that being the case, the best you can do is diminish the effects of those. Don't be greatly elated and lose yourself in happiness, because then you're going to lose yourself in sorrow. Bring it together. Happiness and sorrow, neither should have a big role to play in your life. Once again, philosophy is difficult. Let's see what more advice we get.